were you being enticed to?
A wise philosopher once says, them titties, them titties, them titties, them cheeks. Titties on TV. That's a wild statement.
The TOT.
The Podical Sons.
What's up, y'all? Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons, the show that is hilariously inappropriate but intellectual beyond belief. So let's start this show. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms possible.
You know the deal.
You can search us for Podical Sons Podcast.
Yes,
we
sir.
are here. You can see us on these lovely faces on YouTube and Spotify and stuff as well. Podical Sons Podcast, once again, on the socials, at Podical Sons. Let's get it popping. How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. The weather has been, I think
bearable?
right. Yeah.
Bearable.
Yeah. It's like right that you know when you that Goldilocks zone.
Yeah. You said it perfect.
Yeah.
It was so funny and stuff, whatever, right? Like on the Saturday, I'm getting ready to cut 2 frames.
Right.
So I was like, but I felt like a nice little crisp little breeze.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? Let me just smooth operator this thing out. So I just doing like a black long sleeve and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And then like I had my hat and stuff, whatever on it. I'm like, nah, this bitch, like I might meet Honey Roaster. I went in the car, throwing the AC and stuff, whatever. It was Gucci.
Right.
And then when I got out, it even got a little bit later because I had to go a little bit further.
Okay.
And it was even cooler.
Yeah.
So I see some people and stuff out in their booty shorts and everything. Like, oh, I need a hoodie.
Yeah.
I can't save y'all today. I was like, yo, but it's decent. I can rock with this. Like anything extreme past this and stuff, like hotter than this, whatever.
Right.
You lost me.
Yeah. So the same Saturday, I went up to the Owen Sound to do some lawn work. So the last time, and it was just probably maybe just a little bit over a month ago when I went to go trim the hedges. It was one of the super hot days.
So you were melting.
I was.
You felt like your slave ancestors felt it.
I looked across. I seen some hymns. But this time around, it's like the same thing you were talking about. Like the nice light breeze was blowing, so that made everything. That like made a world of difference.
So to me, like when I always hear like smog alerts and smog effect and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Yeah,
that's within the GTA range,
right?
It sounds 2 hours from here and everything like that.
Yes.
Do they still get that kind of smog alert type of heat? I would think that like the glass bubble would probably like stop. I want to say north, furthest north.
Yeah,
I probably might rate it right off like probably before Ennisville.
To be honest with you, I did still see like the hazy skies. Yeah,
because the fires.
Yeah. I still see the hazy skies. So I think that was it. But apart from that, like everything else, it just seemed like the air was much fresher. Anyway, while I was out there, even though I spot the hazy skies, it still seemed the air was much fresher. But I mean, just like you said, came back to home base, and what my wife and I was like, okay, we're gonna go get something to eat. And I was like, carry a sweater just in case, because by the time we get back, it might be a little bit dark and a little bit more chilly.
Right.
And I just threw a light sweater over my shirt, and I was fine. I was like, okay, yeah, I can deal with this. I can.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. No, man. For it. So what about you, Joy?
I seen my uncle Jeff. I haven't seen, and I actually haven't seen since our Uncle Bunny's funeral. The time at Auntie B's house.
2023.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like
bad nephew.
No.
Bad nephew.
Beat me up. I seen my cousin. Cousin Rodney said to hail you up.
I told him, I said, what up? I'm stalking him. I'm stalking him on the ones and twos.
Yeah. And you know what I mean? The date night with wifey. Again, I know last episode I said I would try to make it down to Caravana, but you know what? I just didn't have the vibe. I didn't have the vibe to just
know your place, husband. Caravana is for the riffraffs and the hooligans and the debauchery and the lecturers.
I did not have the vibe to go, so I didn't bother, man. And I was all right with it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I look at it as where, let's say, for a Torontonian or a person from the GTA range and stuff, how many times would you go to Carabana and not lose your luster? Much like I see, like, let's say people play like en masse.
Yeah.
Them, I cannot see them losing their luster and stuff, whatever, right? Because I look at it stuff as where, all right, this year you're doing this costume. This year you might do another costume and everything like that, right? But I look at it stuff as like, these things are costly.
Yeah.
These costumes ain't cheap. So I look at it stuff as where, not to say like with the mass folk and stuff, whatever, but it's like, yo, are you always gonna head down there and stuff, whatever, and do the battle and stuff like that? Much as the body is not as limber and spry as it used to be.
Yeah.
The endurance in the heat, because God bless it. I want to say this has been a kind of cooler like temperature.
Yeah.
But if you're dead ass in the sun on Lakeshore and stuff, whatever, ain't no shade for you too much, whatever.
There's no shade.
You go closer to the buildings and the grass area and stuff. So you're there,
helps you out. Helps you out a little bit.
So I look at it like, how many years or how many like Carabana events could you really, like, you say like, all right, you had your fill.
Yeah.
You appreciate it. Like, we all appreciate. I'll say I appreciate it.
No. I appreciate it.
Not only for like the tourism aspect,
right?
But I look at stuff as where it's kind of like you might have taken Toronto a little bit. You might have been jaded because you're so used to everything and stuff like that, whatever. And then now you seeing like a little bit of sprinkle of a little this music. You have people come from out of town.
Yeah.
Like the only bad I have about Carabana and stuff, whatever, I want to say like the young Thundercats, if they get rambunctious, because some of them know how to behave themselves.
Yeah. Some of them know how to behave themselves.
And some of the prices that kind of do go up and everything, like whatever. But I look at it stuff as like, it's a big enough event where I don't really gripe too much. I'm like, let me stay my cheap ass in this zone till I get the Carabana prices and stuff, whatever.
Yeah. It's exactly what you're saying. It's like we grow up with a certain expectation and a certain vibe and a certain memory that we always kind of hope that's always it. Like the last episode when you talked about the whole pancake jam, right? That's something that's engraved in your memory as what a time to be had, right?
Oh, what a time to be alive.
Exactly. And if someone, I'm pretty sure, if you've seen a flyer come up, like with next year Carabana saying, we're bringing back that pancake jam, you may not go to any events or may not go to Carabana, but you might consider going down to the pancake jam.
I might get those at the Beijing spray to relive my youth.
Relive the youth?
Probably get the adjustment, brush out the grays and everything.
Yeah.
Yo, man, damn. You want guan?
Let's go get some pancakes.
With the jobbies.
Let's go get some pancakes.
No, I don't want, if, they see this face, one chick might look at me and stuff, whatever, be like, yo, that's the motherfucker put pancakes in my hair.
The flashback. Still traumatized. She's traumatized.
I'm sorry. It's easy to watch out, promise you. No, but for me, I think this week was so, it was dope where I got to see a lot of new faces and all the above.
Yeah.
But like when my peoples had a family reunion, and I was looking at stuff like my direct family, let's say, has never had a family reunion.
Okay.
Right? I want to say from my mother's side, my father's side and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
But I think like even for both sides and stuff, whatever, to have family that kind of scattered and stuff and everything, but to make the journey to come to agree to one location and stuff, whatever, I think that's so dope.
Yeah.
I went to a homeboy's family reunion with him and stuff one time, Memphis. Yeah, Memphis. So his mom and stuff did the drive and stuff and everything. Shit, you want to come to family reunion and everything like that, whatever, and da-da-da for the weekend. I was like, sure.
Right,
and I went, and we drove from Cleveland to Memphis, and it was a hell of a vibe and stuff, like everybody friendly. And I think like I saw a few people like, oh, we're not related? So take my number.
Right.
And I was like, oh, shucks, I'm about to be in the family one way or another. But I like to experience it and stuff, whatever, again. And then like you're seeing, I want to say, I don't believe, this is just my humble opinion, whatever, or asshole opinion. I don't believe the younger folks appreciate the older folks. And I'll say it like where if you're like 18 to 22,
yeah,
let's say, oh, Granny Mima and stuff, whatever. I think they might take them for granted to think that they might always be here
right,
until shit shut down. But then when you're older now and you realize that your mortality is a real ass thing,
yeah,
like your parents are gone, my father is gone, our Uncle Bunny is gone. We have so many people and stuff that are gone now. So now when you get to like the matriarch kind of stage and stuff, let's say in our room might be like Auntie B or something like that, whatever.
yeah.
Like, touch wood, a passing like that would hit harder for us than it would on them.
Than would for them. Yeah.
Right? So I look at it stuff as like now seeing like another family's like dynamic and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I see you on the ones and twos.
Right.
And everything like, oh, you top shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm you gotta put more respect on your name and stuff like that, whatever, right? But it's so interesting and it's so dope. And then you get to meet like all types of different pieces and players and stuff, whatever, because I met somebody there. And they used to live in Miami, not too far where I used to live.
Okay.
So when I'm telling them and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I haven't been there and stuff since like 08. They're like, in 09, they changed this, then they demolished that, whatever. I'm like, no.
Right.
So he's like, yeah, it's a little different and stuff like that, whatever, and everything and stuff. And then I was like, okay. And then there were some other places that like I wanted to go. And then when I heard one person and stuff said like they were born in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
I was like, shit, like Ben and his brother was born in Jeddah and stuff. I'm like, when he said, yeah, I was born in Jeddah and everything, shit was kind of different there. I was like, Saudi Arabia? I was like, oh shit. Small world.
Yeah. Small indeed, man. Small indeed.
So I just look at this stuff as like, me, I'm a people person and stuff. I love to meet new people and have convos and stuff with them.
Yeah. So I think, okay, so on my mother's side, your father's side, they did something in Jamaica a few years back.
How few?
But I want to say maybe 2 or 3. But it was a passing of a relative, and then it was like they did something impromptu. So it was like whoever flew down, they kind of did something there. But on my I experienced one on my father's side.
Right. I remember.
Yeah, what was dope about it was...
They had t-shirts and everything. They have t-shirts out in this.
They had t-shirts out in
this? Nigga, I want a shirt.
No, but I thought what was dope about it was the fact that they settled on coming to Canada because they knew my father couldn't see, and it would be a hassle for them. So it's like, you know what? Nah, we're gonna bring the party to Joe. So that's Pop's nickname, Joe. So they all came to Canada. So which I thought was dope.
Was he the matriarch at the time and stuff?
No. He was
the older matriarchs came through.
They
put some respect on his name. That's what's up.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I thought that was beautiful. That was dope.
Yeah.
Right? It's like they said, no, we don't want him to have the hassle of traveling and worrying about anything. He has the comfort of his home. We'll come there. And then a lot of them have been to Canada maybe once or twice. So it's like, you know what, we want to make the trip anyway. They go to like Jamaica every year. They go to they're majority of them are based in England, and that's just that's what they see.
It's like the UK and Jamaica.
Right, exactly.
So coming across the pond this way is a little
bit different.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that was dope, man. So any games, any family games that you got involved in? Because I know you like to dominate the games when you're in different surroundings.
Spectator. I even saw like a Connect 4 thing and stuff, whatever on there. I was like, I'm just gonna spectate.
You did.
I don't want no problems and stuff, whatever. You want the smoke? Come find me. Connect 4 champ. Yo, I looked at it.
Right.
I looked and I looked at the pieces and then I was like,
were you following the moves? Were you following and shaking your head when you sync up?
No. Like I saw when I saw some people going at it and stuff, and I was like,
right.
I'm like, I can't go there and win. They'd be like, who the fuck are you? Whatever. You just got a name tag that just says Marvin. They're like, who the fuck is a Marvin? Well, you sure that?
You ain't family.
Yeah. So I was like, I was just gonna sit down and mind my business and stuff, but it was a vibe though.
Good.
It was a vibe, and like I said, like I think it's always so dope. And then I think the fact that it happened during Canberra on the weekend and stuff, whatever too. We have all these other people coming in town and stuff, whatever too. Right. It gets kind of comfortable. Like, let's say for me, when living in Canada for so many years, and then I'm used to like I want to say the Canadian like lingo and dialect and stuff like that, whatever here to the most to hear like familiar American voices and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
It feels kind of good.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking like, you can understand what I'm saying. Fully. Right? Because like when you guys say stuff like cheese and everything, I'm like, I'm smiling.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you're angry. I'm like, so we smile because we're angry? Like, I don't understand. Are we angry because we're smiling? But like the dialect and the lingo and stuff here is so much different from what I'm used to, right?
Yeah.
So I always find it refreshing and stuff like that, as much as the people like at least close to my stomping grounds and stuff or familiar territory.
Yeah.
It's always good to see and meet them people.
So speaking about the out of town visitors, were you being enticed to do anything in regards to the Caribbean festival? Were they trying to pull you out? Yeah.
No, I told fuckers if you don't see them, I'm like, I'll see you on Friday.
Yeah, okay.
We'll do din-din.
We'll do din-din.
We'll do din-din. Hey, Ma, you going to Caribbean tomorrow? No. No. And they're like, yo, come on, man. We in town and stuff, whatever, and everything like that. I'm like, no. Yep. Keep it debauchery to yourselves and everything like that, whatever. And yo, that's even part of the topics we're going to talk about. We'll
okay.
Yo.
All right. So it's about time for the polls then?
Yeah, let's go to the polls.
Let's go to the
polls, man. First poll of the week was, is there such a thing as privacy if you're a public figure? And what do you think the people put?
I think they said no.
You are correct. 62% said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah. Shout out to RIP Malcolm Jamal Warner. Like I said, I don't know his wife and I don't know his daughter.
Yeah.
So for a public figure such as himself to
right.
kind of keep some things private, hand clap.
Oh yeah.
Hand clap.
Yeah.
I'm always, and then somebody and I we were having a discussion and stuff before, like around this time of the topic.
Right.
And they're like, the reason why you can hide and stuff is if two of them are not public figures. And they use Masai Ujiri as one, whatever, like his wife. Apparently he has like an Indian wife or an Indian descent.
Oh, see, and I don't even know the wife. Right.
So I'm looking like when I saw like a photo of her, so I'm like, oh, that's his wifey? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah. And they're like, yeah, you can't follow her. She's private. She's not like a public figure and stuff, type of person and stuff. So you would barely know. And I'm like, I kind of dig it.
Yeah.
Because I want to say there's some part of you where you should, let's say, I think the world should probably, well, we're podcasters, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the world should probably know us to like probably 80%.
Right.
Right? And then like another, like your spouse probably know you about 90%.
Yeah.
And there's 10% you should keep for yourself.
Yeah.
But I look at it stuff as like, yo, there's so many things that kind of go out. There's like a celebrity, like, say they just seen somewhere, TMZ might see them, someone else might put a camera in their face, somebody might tag them.
I was gonna say it's kind of hard to live that type of private life when it's like paparazzi is paid to get you at any certain time. You know what I mean? It's like you watch some of these celebrities, they just leave the house and as soon as they step out their front door, cameras and microphones are in their face. I'm like, God damn, let me just go get a bag of milk.
Yeah. Let me ask you, what about, I have this phrase, and I think somebody might come stab me or fight me for it, but I call them mini celebrities.
Okay.
And the reason I call them mini celebrities because kind of like, if you mention the name within like a city parameter or something like that, or an area,
right?
And it's kind of like, yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
But she doing BIG things and stuff like that. What about those mini celebrities? Do you think you feel like those mini celebrities and stuff, whatever, have a chance to have more of a private life?
Yeah, I think so.
Right. Okay.
I think so.
Because I mean, like, even if some may be blue check verified, some may not be.
Right.
But I look at it stuff as where I feel like there's some aspect and stuff, whatever, where like, yo, you're just still gonna be tagged into some shit. Because if you're that mini celebrity and stuff, whatever, right? I take a photo with you and stuff, whatever. I'm gonna be like, @smooth.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, oh shit, you ran into Not Your Average and stuff. Where'd you run into him at? Whatever. I'm like, so I'm getting a bag of milk and food basic. Whatever, right?
Right.
Like, damn, he does regular shit too?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a mini celebrity.
He's a mini celebrity.
A big celebrity will have somebody do the milk shopping for him.
It's funny because just right before Drake really, really blew up, just I think after maybe around the So Far Gone, or maybe around that time.
Okay.
We were in Harlem at Dougie Fresh's studio shooting a video for Keisha Fresh, right? And he was like, "Where y'all from?" And it was like, I was telling him, it's like, "Oh, so y'all know Drake, right?" And I was like,
mini celebrity at the time,
right? Mini celebrity at the time. And
right.
And it was like, "Yo, so like, oh yeah." So it's like, I was like, Drake is Drake, right? Because at that time he was still a person that I could probably reach out and still touch. You know what I mean? He hasn't blown to that proportion, right? But it was just so. I think they really didn't understand what I was trying to say until they equated some of their local rappers who were big to us, but to them the hometown hero.
That part.
That's
what I'm saying. Like I look at it as where you're grateful when, because I like to see people win. So like you're grateful when you blow up and stuff for them and get to that level. But I think it's even dope enough where like you're still a known name and stuff, whatever, right? Like let's say like there's tons of people and stuff. Like shout out to like, Mr. Blacks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I look at it stuff as where if you're not from the GTA, you might not know who Blacks is, whatever, right? And Black Reaction and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
But then now you hear some shit like, oh, Mr. Blacks and stuff, or like, you run into Blacks and you hail up Blacks and you see him doing a 1-2 on the MC, on the mic, or you see him here on the Twitch and everything. You're looking like, yo, he here. Like people know.
Yeah,
people know and stuff like that, whatever. 100%. Right?
And the funny thing is like, because I've been in a few spots, we've been in a few spots where he'll see us, he'll give us a shout out.
Yeah.
And then people will be like, well, who them niggas?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, big up to the Podical Sons and stuff. Whatever. Who the fuck is that?
Who them niggas? It's like,
many celebrities.
We see you. We see you too, Blacks. We see you.
Yeah. That, man. That star power still exists for them, man. Yeah. All right. Next poll of the week was, is there still a stigma when older women date younger men? What do you got on that?
Yes.
Yes comes in correct again. 2 for 2, smooth.
2 for 2.
83%.
83%.
83% still said like there's still a stigma and everything like that. I to the older women and stuff out here, and they like a man that look kind of young, like such as myself. But my back kind of irky, make some sounds and stuff, whatever. Right. I don't know weather control bones yet.
No, not yet.
No,
me neither.
I'm hoping I don't get none. But people are like, my knee's hurting.
It's just like, when did you become a human barometer?
Yo, they're like, my kneecap. Yeah, it's gonna rain. Then you see the skies getting gray. Like, all right, storm. No, but I feel like even the older women and stuff, like I digress, like the older women, shout out to Dre and Michelle and stuff. And I look at Dre and Michelle and stuff, but I look at it as where, yes, people have been talking a lot of shit about her and Jalen Green's relationship.
Yeah.
And I look at it as stuff as where I believe a lot of older women shouldn't really care too much about certain things if your life is going to the direction where you want it to go. Yeah. Like I look at it stuff as where
I can
you save, let's say you save 10K, right? Okay. Man or woman, and you say you want a car, you have a down payment and then some and stuff like that, whatever.
Right.
Why does it have to be anything particular stuff and be like, a woman's not supposed to be driving as much as a man or something like that, or maybe she'll Uber.
Yeah.
Like, no, you do these things because it's within your range and within your power.
Yeah.
I look at this stuff as where, again, from times have never changed. Let's go back to the Jalen Green side. Younger men always dig older, attractive women. Look at a song like, was it Stacy's Mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Stacy's mom wouldn't pay the kid no attention.
Right.
Right? So now you have like an older woman paying a younger guy attention.
I was thinking of Mrs. Parker on Friday.
Mrs. Parker.
Mrs.
Let's
Parker.
look at her.
Yeah.
Hey, Mrs. Parker. How you doing, boys?
Yeah.
So she still punked him off, low key. You know what I'm saying? But it's looking like Bernie Mac ended up clapping it, whatever, And he was an older dude, but I look at his stuff, it's like, yo, all men are dogs, all women are feline. Dogs are way more easier to train than cats.
That's a fact.
So if a woman and stuff is like older, be like, baby, let me take you under my paw.
Take you under
give
my,
you a little guidance.
under my wings.
And give you a little guidance and stuff. Like, no. I'm going to show you how you make your bed. I'm going to show you what a good woman's supposed to do for you, whatever. It'll be no issue. I promise you. Because I think for like some of these young niggas and stuff need like a little bit of older lining up to do it or whatever, right? Somebody put them in check for a little bit.
Right.
Because look at it, stuff as like, there's a period of time where your mama's words ain't really going to hit home like how they did.
Yeah.
But then there's a point of time where now your significant other's words will hit a lot bit heavier.
Right.
Because it's kind of like your mom, like, yo, make your bed, whatever. You're like, yeah, I'll do it. Your significant other, like, yo, we both lay in this bed. You a dirty ass dude. I don't want to fuck a dirty ass dude. He's out here military folding, making sure you can bounce a coin off the damn bed when you're done. Yeah. So I look at it stuff as where ladies don't be hung up on stuff on like, oh, you're 50 and now you can't find nobody and shit. Ain't no shame in the game, man. Find somebody for you.
Like I said the last time, if we got all the older men dating younger women, who's left for you to date? Who's left for you to date but the younger men?
And we're here. This is the part. So now with my peoples now, right?
Right.
Poll's done now. So check this. 2 of my homeboys and stuff, right? We were eating.
Yeah.
We were getting some food, right? And one homeboy and stuff, whatever, earlier in the week said something and stuff, whatever, before, interacting and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
And homeboy early in the week, we were out. We just like, just chilling, grown man chilling, talking shit, whatever, right?
Grown man, B.I.
To me, as a man in my 40s, all of them look like kids.
Yeah.
For the most part and stuff, whatever, right? So then a few of them and stuff, they're like, I don't understand how these parents allow their daughters to leave the house like this, though. It's crazy.
Right.
Like, ain't no way my daughter, like, yo, you can leave in jean shorts.
Yeah.
They not no booty shorts.
Right.
They're not no biker shorts and stuff going all up in the creases and all the above, whatever, right? So I'm sitting there talking and stuff, whatever, and the man, we're having full, profound conversation. And we're like, a wise philosopher once says, them titties, them cheeks. I'm like, yo, focus. Right. And the man's like, I'm like, so I look, see what he's looking, I'm like, them kids and stuff, they're like young kids and stuff. He's like, I look. I was like, so my heart's
my eyes still work.
Yo, I look. Yo, no shame in the game. So now even like the weekenders and everything like that, whatever, they're like, yo, it ain't tricking if you got it. He's like, I just need to make sure that they legal.
That's
like,
that's what a lot of them are going by.
So the other one said and stuff, whatever. I'm blessed that God has made me a boy dad than a girl dad and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
Because he's like, to him, I'm not give away his age, but let's say he's 43, pushing 44 sometime later this year.
Okay.
Right? He's like, he has 2 boys. Both of them, one is like in their early teens and one is like, 15, 16-ish or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that. And what he was saying and stuff, he's like, when you look at the dynamic and everything, he ain't got nothing to stress about because he got 2 boys.
Right.
So he said he's just looking and stuff for that, but until he deciphers what is what and what is what, whatever, he's like, because remember, and then he brought up a point. He said, when it comes to makeup, older women wear makeup to look younger. Right? So he's like, how do you know? And then he said, do we look like we're in our 40s and stuff like that, whatever? I said, well, hair thinning, some grays. He's like, no, Marv. He's like, you could probably compete.
Yeah.
Right? And then he's like, don't sell yourself short. Because he's like, we probably look and stuff. And like when I was looking at the collective of us, we could be like late 20s, early 30s and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
And he's like, they already built liking older men. And they know we have some money because we done went through the struggle stage and stuff in our 20s.
Right.
In 40s, our money's getting up.
Right.
So it's like, yo, I'm paying for a young thing. It's like, this is crazy. So it had me thinking and stuff, and I was like, yo, and I ask you, are men enslaved to their lusts?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I've always said it though, man. I was like, it takes it takes and I wouldn't even say a real man, but it takes a certain type of man to go past his animal instincts and to be able to fight off those urges, right? Because
it's innate.
It's innate. It's biological. It's in us, right? It's like and again, why I say go past your animal nature is because if you look at any other animal in nature, a lion's got a pride, right? You know what I mean? There's so much animals out there that are not monogamous.
Facts.
So if you're now to say, okay, we're a part of the animal kingdom, we're just only human, then that extra human element it's got to be something that separates you from the animals.
Agreed. See, because for me, I look at it stuff as when you're saying I guess to go past the innate animal instincts and everything.
Yeah.
I would assume, just me, I would assume that humans have come to a point where like our intellects and stuff are not like, let's say on the homo sapien level.
Yeah.
Where it's not just automatic and stuff, whatever, to like the instincts.
Right.
It's like there's a little bit intellect and stuff, or like morals and principles and stuff. I know like our moral compass and stuff, especially with so many religions and stuff in the world, has kind of helped curve so much of that. So I would think that like if, let's say for the Christianity aspect and stuff, whatever, you want to do as much as you can to be able to walk through the gates of heaven and to be free and stuff, whatever, with the Lord and stuff, whatever, or be with the Lord, right?
Right.
If you have this kind of, let's say, lecherous type of feeling, is that Christ-like? We're human. But is that Christ-like, whatever, right? Because you never heard Jesus out here tapping like a few and stuff. Yeah, he say Mary Magdalene,
right?
Whatever. But I look at it, you didn't hear Jesus be like, have, he got like an army of kids or slapping the cheeks, or like he looking like the Lord will bless us with them cheeks going across in that robe. I see you, Magdalene, like
right? But then you look at another holy person in the Bible that was very popular, Solomon, and he had many wives.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like where does the aspect of your, how do I put it? Your control aspect of being human, of being respectful in a way, diligent in a way to serve only like one wife or only have one wife, like where does that kick in? Where does that stop? What is the guidance for that, right? And then just speaking on with the whole moral compass aspect of it, it's like, yes, religion gives you that certain thing, right? But then you're also competing with the non-secular world, which tends to sexualize everything.
That's true, especially in today's time.
Especially in today's time.
I saw a hamburger commercial with a chick with booty shorts and like a bikini top, and I was like, "Oh, he's selling hamburgers or tits?"
Exactly,
right.
Exactly, right? So then you think about that growing up, right? So then what's the dominant force? What wins over, right? Because you may be in church only on Sunday, but you're watching TV 7 days a week.
Bible study on Tuesdays.
I mean, if you're that religious, Bible study on Tuesday, but that's still 2 days versus the 7 days of the week. You're probably seeing titties on TV.
Titties on TV. That's a wild statement.
The TOT.
Titties on TV. That's crazy. I like that. I'm sorry if I'm going to be trained.
No. But I mean, that's what we're here though, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
No, see, because all right, I'm always in a space and stuff where I look at is where one of my homeboys told me this and stuff. Shout out to H.O. And how he said it to me and stuff. He's like, you have to master your sword, right?
Right.
And when he said it like that, I'm like, easy there, Merlin. Like, what are we talking about here? Shit like that, whatever. He's like, yo, you can't be enslaved to your lust.
Yes.
Right? And he's like, yo, these chicks and how he said and stuff, he's like, yo, these chicks and stuff, whatever, are looking for dude to take him out, show him a good time and all the above and stuff, whatever. You might only want just ass from them and everything like that, whatever. But he's like,
right.
He's like, look about how much it would be to like pay a prostitute for straight ass and stuff, then compared to like the time and money you're putting into like phone conversations, going out, dates, arrangements and shit like that, gas money to and fro, whatever, and everything like that. He's like, yo, just know for a fact, whatever side of the grass you're playing on, you just have to know for a fact that, like, you know, it would take time and effort. One would just take a little bit more money than another.
Than the other.
Right? And I looked at it, something like, yeah, it's true. He's like, yo, if you master some of your lust or some of your urges and everything like that, you can redirect that to just one woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because I look at it stuff as where, and throughout the course of the years, even after that, I always looked at it stuff as where you can't get full off of eye candy. Right? And I look at it as when you go home, hopefully you have a nice meal, some soul food, you know, to kind of get you filled, whatever, right? But if you don't have that,
right,
then yeah, like by all means, like not only just the secular world, go out there and stuff and see if you can find something for your own and stuff like that. But it's kind of like one isn't enough now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? It's like, yo, you tell a man and stuff, whatever, like, yo, like, you're not good with what you got to help me. Maybe you might need to look for. They're like, no, I'm not gonna leave this because I want. And I'm telling you that the combos can't really say it. People might go to jail, but they'll say like basically like, yo, like they one question got redirected to me like, when the last time you seen perky firm tits in your face? You see this shit? They're like shit, just like he's like it have like a little slight little jiggle, but it's still bing.
Yeah.
He's like nothing where like, you know, gravity kicked in and stuff like that, whatever, right? And then
I call them the braless and flawless.
Bro, damn it!
Yeah, I'm 2 for 2 today. TOT, braless and flawless.
Braless and flawless. Yes, that is absolutely correct. So we were there laughing and stuff, whatever. They're like. Other one jumped in and stuff. He's like, yo. He's like, no shade and stuff for that, but the women you're probably with and stuff are probably like have stretch marks and everything. He's like, not them firm ones. They're like, he's like, they want their hair to be done. So I was like, yo, I hear that women's hair and getting cheap and stuff, whatever.
Cheap at all.
It's up here and stuff with the feet to get done and stuff. He's like, yo, pay for hair. You know, he said, pay for feet and nails and offer a nice little dinner. You're getting the goods, man. I was like, yo, these guys are serious. So like, I was like, calm down. You're shining sharp. And I told another dude, I'm like, turn on. I told the other one, I'm like, cut down on your Kels.
There you go. The calm down on the Shannon Sharp. Because when going back to shout out to H.O. again, going back to him saying, you know what I mean, be in control of your sword.
Yeah.
The amount of men who are not in control of their sword and fall victim to women who know they can manipulate those type of men.
Yes. I have one that actually came up in part of. Okay, so we'll cook. I don't know if you know who Lil Tay is.
Yeah.
Lil Tay.
Yeah.
Lil Tay, I believe, turned 18, I think the 3rd.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
On August the 3rd. She turned 18 then. She pre-announced that on her 18th birthday, she's going to open up OnlyFans.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
She's not the first. Like, I want to say, to me, I would put Bad Baby.
Yeah.
I put Bad Baby as that, whatever, right? Because, like, Lil Tay, you know, she's dead, she's not dead. There's too much lies and stuff in her world.
Right, yeah.
And stuff, whatever. So now, you're at this point now where she said Sabrina Carpenter and Sydney Sweeney were her inspiration and stuff about creating her OnlyFans page and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Okay.
She had pre-subscribers to it before it actually went live on her 18th birthday and stuff, whatever, right? And she, like I said, she makes a lot of claims of all as is, but she did a screenshot and put up that like only 3 hours in and she's made $1 million. She just turned 18.
Yeah.
Control your lust. Get some dick discipline.
Get some dick discipline.
Because I'm looking at stuff, I'm like, I don't even care, quite frankly, what she'll do and stuff with it. Because even like with Bad Baby,
yeah,
I never went searching and stuff. I didn't really care, but I'm looking at stuff, I'm like, you're like shades away from being R. Kelly. That's what I'm saying. Why are we looking at R. Kelly as the problem? Because I'm looking like, this girl was 17 24 hours ago. You're singing Trey's song, I Can't Help But Wait. And then as soon as like, you're treating like it's New Year's Eve and stuff, and you're spending your money. I hope she takes them for everything they got, whatever. And and I hope that she does bullshit. Because I heard like certain celebrities that have OnlyFans, like Cardi B, I heard, and everything.
Right.
They don't even go nude.
Nah.
I hope this girl robs these.
That's a thought. Yeah.
I hope so. Because
the manipulation,
like, you
man.
guys are perverts, man. That's the manipulation.
It's the manipulation, man.
I don't know, man. Let me ask you, how do you control your Kels? And I say it like that, whatever, because it came to me when I was just talking to you before. I'm like, yo,
right.
You know, simmer down, Shannon. Calm down, Kels. like, how do you control your Kels? Because I look at this stuff as like, again, you're not blind.
No.
I'm not blind. We're both men out here in this world and everything like that, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, is it more because you're more focused on what you have, like, in your home? Are you at a point where, like, your discipline and stuff has brought you to this place and stuff where, like, you're more concerned with tasks? Like, you had your fill?
Yeah.
Like, is it?
So it's a few things, right?
Just give us two.
Okay. So the definitely the dick discipline and understanding which stage I'm at in my life, right? Which determines that sort of thing, and the fact that I'm in a committed relationship. Now, with that being said, I do got eyes.
Of course.
You know what I mean? If it's out there to see, I'm gonna see it.
I take full blame and responsibility. I do send Smooth some chicks to look at on the gram. So ain't no shame. I be like, yo, look at this.
I'm there to see. And my wife will do the same thing.
Right.
Right? She knows I ain't blind. And she appreciates good-looking women too. So if she sees someone that's good-looking, she's like, oh my gosh, oh, look at the ass on her. And I'm gonna look. Because I know I got permission.
Sometimes it might feel like a trap, depending on the woman. Your woman is certified.
Yeah,
your woman know automatic, she's certified.
Right.
Right? It's like some women and stuff, whatever, you like, I seen it happen to like a friend of mine, and I never thought it would happen to me like that, whatever.
Yeah.
But because we're out. That's why I don't do double dates.
Right.
We're out and everything like that, whatever. And then his girl's like, my gosh, like, you can see basically her ass cheeks and shit like that. So my boy, he did like, what is this? She just mushed his face like, what are you doing? He's like, stiff arm. Watch out a little bit. She's like, stiff arm him. I was like, yo, damn. His whole neck move, whatever. And she's like, I didn't tell you to look. But he's like, yeah, but you brought it to attention.
Yeah.
I was like, is this a trap? Let me just look at the ground, whatever. So my woman at the time, she's like, no, you can see her ass. I'm like, I don't want you to stiff arm me because she had a better stiff arm than most NFL players.
Right. Yeah, and then the second part to it is that I now after the initial stage of looking, I instantly look past that. And I'm like,
that's where I am.
Yeah. I instantly look past that. I'm like, this person could have a looks of a female and a mentality of a male.
Possible.
Definitely. You know what I mean? And I'm like, would I be attracted to that? No. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, that's, you know what I mean? It's, as far as the eye candy goes, it's eye candy. And then that's it.
I had a woman and stuff like that too. Like one day, this is, I want to say maybe like a year back or something like that, whatever, or maybe 2. But I remember I seen a woman and then she's like, she looked at me, so she's like, yo, you know, you're a handsome guy. I'm like, appreciate it, whatever. I'm like, you know, you're a beauty queen, your damn self.
Right.
So she's like, so what's up, man? Like, you know, like, you never thought about you and I, like, you know, doing some things and stuff. I'm like, what, like fuck her? She's like, well, yeah, if you're saying it like that, I'm like, you brought the talk. this is how I speak.
Yeah.
You brought the talk. So I'm looking at him like, nah, you got whole Mary ring on it. So she's like, yeah, but I'm always gonna love him at the house and stuff, whatever.
Right.
You is what I like right now.
Right.
So she's like, we can just kind of just do what we do, get that out the way, and I can go right back home and stuff to my husband. I'm like, you think like a man.
I'm telling you, man, and they're not uncommon, Marv.
It's scary. It's scary.
They're not uncommon, man. So it's like, nah. It's like I appreciate you, but I love what I got at home.
I think for me, let's say this. It wasn't early in my life where I got dick disciplined. I think I got dick disciplined and stuff, whatever, I think, before I got engaged a long time ago. So I want to say there was a point where I looked at it stuff as I think we had a conversation about like body counts.
Right.
Right. And I started looking at it stuff of like, like my body count was higher than hers. And I looked at it and stuff. She's like, she said to me and stuff, and she's like, did you really need to clap all those chicks? Because she's like, she said, yo, pussy's pussy.
Right.
She's like, some are like this and stuff, whatever. Some feel like this, but the dynamic and stuff is still kind of and stuff, whatever, right? And then I just hear the Uchi Wally verse. It's like, ain't no pussy like new pussy. That's how I'm about to feel. Bust 3 times, throwing a peace sign. And then like, I was like, yo, but ain't no pussy like new pussy and stuff, whatever, right? Because I'm like, every woman claims that their pussy is top tier, top shelf.
Yeah.
And then when you're in the bed with them and stuff, whatever, they're probably just there laying like a dying baby giraffe, like, So I'm like, you're sold one type of dream, but then there's other women and stuff say they might do the capability of doing a little bit more.
Right.
Much as a young lad and stuff, whatever, like porn was always kind of out there.
Yeah.
And then some chicks will kind of like get down kind of different in the movies.
Yeah.
So now when you finally get this kind of action and stuff like that, would I be like, okay, but you had a little limitation and stuff. What about a chick that might have no scruples?
None whatsoever.
She came here to sin.
No, none whatsoever.
I came here to sin and then shower and go.
And then go about my business. Go back to my husband.
No, I didn't want to get caught in that.
You didn't want to get caught in that.
I'm scared. The other ones were unhinged. But as I'm saying, like, again, I've been in situations and stuff, whatever, before where I went to go talk to a woman. She led me on like she was single.
Yeah.
Then I'm having a guy call my phone from her number.
Right.
With like death threats.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, bruh, but like your beef ain't with me, man.
Yeah.
Your woman sold me a dream that she was single.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got the cheeks because I thought everything was cool.
Right.
You need to figure out what kind of woman you have there at the house.
Right.
Right? And then I realized and stuff like, yo, you know what? My dick might get me in a situation I might get killed.
and because I was saying to myself, it's always a situation that flips the switch for the man to get that dick discipline.
Oh,
to get that, it's just that like that. This ain't worth it moment.
But we can't control, let's say, if we're saying light switches, purpose and stuff, we can't control which switches are heavier to split than others.
Right.
Like I look at stuff as like, if you're gonna get dick disciplined because a chick gave you an STD, I'm grateful you got it. But I look at it stuff as like, that might be a little bit more heavier compared to like me getting a death threat and stuff like that, whatever, right? Because I, touch wood, haven't seen this dude. This is like decades ago anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was in my 20s and stuff like that. But I look at him like, how do you, like, do we really need I want to say, a life altering, a life change and stuff, or something that happened in your life just to get dick discipline? You can't just say to yourself, or a man couldn't say to himself, like, you know what? I don't like how, let's say, my father was, or my father's friends, or my uncles put themselves in situations because of their dick.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I'm just gonna stay in my lane, get my woman. Hopefully she's this, porn star in the sheets, lady in the streets. and we good to go?
I would say yes if you weren't surrounded by other male friends. And I think that is that part and parcel is the problem. Yeah, because think about it. You're growing up with a bunch of your friends. The first thing is, but you know, once you start getting past the interest of video games and cartoons,
and puberty kicks in.
It's now the interest of girls, right? And it's almost a competitive thing at that point. It's like, you still a virgin? How many people you know that got shunned for still being a virgin?
A few, a good portion. But I feel like a lot of my peoples and stuff was fucking real early.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I said, it was a pocket few, right? And I'm guilty of it and stuff as well. But I want to say, I think when I hear something like a 40-year-old virgin, like the movie and everything like that, or whatever, or like, you know, shout out to AC Green.
Yeah.
Like when I hear like things like that, whatever, I was like, how?
That's super dick discipline.
Yo, ain't it?
That's super dick discipline right there.
Yo, so I was like, yo, I'm not mad and stuff, whatever, right? Like I don't put dick discipline in with, like, let's say the incels,
right?
Because they're involuntary being celibate, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But to take the full route of saying like, yo, my sword is only swinging to one, or my sword has one sheath. My sword goes into one sheath. I think that is so dope, whatever, right? But I feel like, again, it's kind of like, especially like the affluential men, they're in this lifestyle and in this world where it's kind of like, it's coming a dime a dozen and stuff. But I'm like, yo, collect your receipts.
Yeah.
You got to protect your name because you worked hard to get to the point where you're at, where certain things stuff may come easy for you, may not come easy for you and stuff, whatever. But I'm like, you need to get dick discipline and stuff, whatever, or you're going to be in some different situation.
Yeah, yeah. And stand your ground, man. If you're a person who has the morals, and you're in a situation now where, because again, when we talk about affluential men, they might be going on a business trip with men who are not that good guy type, and it becomes a situation where you need to do stuff to join the boys club. You know what I mean?
I had a situation.
You had a situation like that? No, and that's what I'm saying. It's real. A lot of these guys get big for lack of better terms. They get pressured into a situation like that where, hey, we're on this. I know. Guess what? So we're gonna drink these beers, and I got a couple hookers that I've already put in your room, and you're like, nigga, I didn't ask for that.
That's what happened. That's why I stopped going out with like a group of people. Let's say this.
Yeah.
It's 3 guys, affluential men.
Yeah.
We went out to what's that shit called? I forget the name of the club. It's like some bar thing and stuff, or a club thing, right? Off Queen Street by like Cube. You know that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We go to Cube and stuff like that, whatever, and everything. You know, I always laugh. My joke, you know, my running joke is stuff for that. It's not often men buy me drinks and shit like that, whatever, as a straight man.
Yeah.
But like, they like to see me work like back then, whatever, right? Because I'm like, there's only 2 things a woman can tell me, yes or no, right? Simple as that, whatever. Or, you know, she don't like me that well, ew, you know?
Yeah.
But we went out and they are married. And we were just in the ambiance. And I was the only single person there. So they were like, oh, Marv, you think she's hot? I was like, yeah, let me go talk to her. Boom, boom, boom. Got number. That came back, had my drinks, chilling and stuff, whatever.
Right.
What about this one in the blue dress, whatever? I was like, yeah, she look hot too. Boom, boom, boom. Got her number. I'm in my 20s though at this time, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking like, I want to say sometime when I was married, they're like, oh, we're going to go to the falls.
Okay.
So they said, if I drive to such and such's house, whatever, I ride with him.
Right.
Whatever, right? So like, cool. Took the drive and stuff like that, whatever, and all the above. I told wifey at the time that I was gonna be home and stuff, whatever, 1, 2 o'clock the latest.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? We're gone early. I want to say probably about like 4 or 5 o'clock and stuff, whatever. We're out there.
Yeah.
I want to say about like 9, 10. I looked at him like, yo, what time are we cutting back? Because I parked at your house.
Right.
Whatever, right? He's like, oh, if any case, we might just stay here and everything like that, right? So I'm like, now I got to get my permission slip signed now because I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah. That wasn't the deal. That wasn't the deal.
I'm not trying to get in trouble.
Right.
So like, I was like, yo, she's like, she gave like you can hear the sarcasm.
Yeah.
The sarcasm and stuff is kind of like, huh, so you're not trying to find yourself home? No such thing. Even a Greyhound I'm taking back to come back and stuff to Toronto or whatever, right? The man's like, no, another one is like, oh man, like, yo, you're really trying to go back, whatever? Yo, they're going to get us some rooms and everything like that, some entertainment and stuff, whatever. I was like, your hotel rooms come with Netflix anyway or some shit like that, whatever, right? He's like,
yeah,
not that entertainment. QOTW entertainment.
TOT.
So I was like, yo, I thought we're married. Yeah, but you're one of us now. Like, what happens in Niagara Falls stays in Niagara Falls.
I didn't sign up. And
then like I think like the dinner thing before, like I end up like the one of the dudes like, he offered. He's like, here, you know what? I thought you were willing to just come with us for like the whole thing, whatever. I'm like, no. So they offered. They gave me money and stuff, whatever. They're like, I'll pay for this.
Yeah.
So you get back to the city and stuff like that and get your car and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, cool.
Right.
When we're there having drinks and stuff, whatever, everybody's getting saucy and stuff. They're like, wow, you're really a good guy. He's like, you didn't know the talent that I had for you and stuff that he shows me on his phone?
Yeah.
And I was like, but you're married though. Like, I'm married. I was like, you don't got date discipline?
Keep it a buck. That's why I stopped going to bachelor parties.
You're not the first person that told me that.
That's why I stopped going to bachelor parties.
You're not the first person that told me that.
Because I think the last bachelor party I went to, and they was like, okay, we're gonna pony up and pay for the strip. I'm like, not with my money. So I was like, I don't want no parts of this.
But you're paying for the groom to get his entertainment.
Yeah, but they're paying for the groom to get the entertainment, but they're looking at it as we're all gonna get the entertainment.
Oh.
And I'm like, nah, I'm cool with just I'm here. Yeah, I'm here to help celebrate the groom, do his thing, but that's as far as my involvement goes.
I had because I remember I went to a strip club one time and stuff too, and there was like a little caramel tone, slim thick stripper.
Yeah.
And it was a bachelor party and stuff going on, right?
Right.
And then she said, we were talking and stuff like in mid conversation and stuff like in between. She's like, she's like, this ain't your scene, ain't it? So I'm like, nah, I like to just watch the cheeks clap and everything. I've always been a fan of BET Uncut.
Yeah.
So I'm used to cheeks just jiggling and capping anyway and stuff like that. So she started laughing and stuff. She's like, yo, she's like, well, $300, I can make you live a real fantasy and stuff, whatever. I can turn your fantasy into reality.
Right.
And I was looking like, and then she's like, yeah. She's like, well, some of the dudes and stuff, whatever, like, the her kind of thinned out.
Yeah.
It was about like 9 of us, less than 10.
Yeah.
And then when I looked at
private rooms.
Well, because it was so crazy and stuff, whatever, because like when she said it like that, whatever, I start looking at the room now and it's like 10 out. So I was looking like, yo, it's so thin and stuff, whatever, for real. I was like, nah, you know what, boo? Like, thank you for the offer.
Yeah.
I'm good though, whatever, right? And then I think I went to go piss and I can't go to the washroom and then I'm hearing like, oh yeah, fuck me. Oh yeah. I was like, I wanna go home. Like,
yeah.
No big discipline?
No.
Yo, it's hard. It's really that hard?
I mean,
it took you. Did it take you a time? Because it didn't take me time to get here. Because I've always been a one-woman man.
Yeah.
So I look at this stuff as like, I don't want problems at the house. my house should be my sanctuary for peace.
I want to say I got there at the time when I want to say around the time that I stopped like officially DJing.
Okay.
Is when I got around there because again, I wasn't in the atmosphere of
monogamy.
Right. And not only that, again, we're part of the Jamaican culture where being a gallus is a thing.
Staple.
Yeah, is a thing,
staple,
right?
yeah.
So down to the records that I'm spinning is trying to convince me that I need more than one woman, right? So it's like once I kind of pulled out of that atmosphere, and again, I remember going back to what I said before when just meeting my wife. One of the things I liked about her is because she wasn't into that culture, like
right.
like she. I mean, she's Jamaican and she loves her reggae music and so forth like that. But to say like she's a dancehall person to be going clubbing every weekend, no, that's not what she was about. And I was looking for somebody opposite of all the women I met because it just seemed that when I met women like that, after a certain while, it just didn't go anywhere. There's just no substance. And the matter of fact,
and then that's what I feel like your lust brought you to those women.
Yeah.
And there's not a lack of, there's like a heavy deficit on the love.
Right.
Right? Because it's the same thing you were saying earlier. You were saying like you kind of look past it, whatever, like outlook and stuff. And you're like, oh, she seems attractive.
Yeah.
But then I'm looking past the lust. And that's where I always tend to come to that moment and stuff, whatever, too. Like I remember when I started working in the hospital, like I used to work in the kitchen, right? I used to work in the kitchen and stuff, whatever, like the hospital.
Yeah.
And food services. And then when it would be one chick, I think she was like super attractive and stuff like that, whatever at the time. And then there was an OG, is like, there was a woman. She's like, that's the woman that's the girl you want to friend up and like up, whatever. She's like, try not to use the washroom after her and stuff. Her front stink. So I was like, wait, what? And then it was so crazy and stuff. She's like, yeah. And then I start using it as like a guideline on the marker.
Yeah.
All things is glitter is not gold.
It's not.
So I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna have my lust put me in a place where I don't really need to be.
Yeah.
And I look at it stuff as like, even now, I look at it stuff, is the juice worth the squeeze with the woman?
Right.
Right? Like if it's not really worth the squeeze, I'm like, at this day and age, I want to make sure, like, if I'm gonna dismantle myself for a woman, like I want to say, like, I'm gonna blow her back, but I might catch a Charlie horse in the portion.
Yeah.
She gotta be worth it.
She gotta be worth it.
She gotta be worth it. I'm gonna get some damn injuries, in the game injuries for this.
You know what I mean? She got to be the type that said, "Oh my gosh, let me massage the crap out of your leg after everything is said and done." You know what I mean?
After my action just dies off. Yeah. Okay, yeah. See, those are the type of, if she don't ride with you when you broke, how the hell she deserve you when you rich?
Amen. Amen.
All right, man. I wanted to talk a little bit about the 5 hockey players that got acquitted from their sexual assault charge. Do you believe the Canadian justice system equally supports the sexual assault survivors and the falsely accused?
It's a good question. And I think for the most part, it does support the victims. But in cases where those defendants might be a little bit more affluential, sometimes I think, whatever wheelings and dealings might be happening behind the scenes might kind of favor the affluential.
Let's say now, with the victim.
Right.
Right? The victim's story and stuff was that she was held for a few hours by these 5 players and they had their way with her and she didn't want things to go down the way it went down. You now realize and stuff, if you're the victim, the same guys that possibly did horrendous or heinous acts to you, have now got exonerated and stuff from their charges and everything and stuff. what is the courts doing for you now after they tell you like, well, we couldn't convict him. Sorry for you. Because I don't know any kind of follow-ups and stuff that like they might do. Like the courts, would they say like, you didn't win? All right, we're gonna offer you some free therapy sessions. You have 3, figure out your shit. Like, I don't know.
That's a really good question. And I'm not sure if the courts do anything. It's
kind of like, all right, we tried.
Yeah, they maybe. I mean, if it's a good judge, I hope that they would kind of maybe suggest things. I don't think it's necessarily in their.
So it's not really in the system. It's just more of like the person. So the judge is personal character.
Yeah.
How many judges you might get with a good character?
That's the question, right?
Right.
And even on the flip side, even for the defendants who win, I would hope that the judge may suggest things going forward in their, in what might be their budding career, how to avoid certain situations like this from happening, going forward. Like, let this be a lesson to you type of deal. Like, I don't know, maybe you might want to get disclosures signed or something in that nature to say, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to partake. Maybe you might not want to invite your teammates in to partake on something like this. Like if she was feeling you, and even if she may suggest that it might be okay for you to bring in somebody else, maybe you might want to keep the party to yourself.
Yeah, but I see where you're going. I see what you're saying and stuff. I look at it stuff as where they're not established NHL players.
Right.
Just have NDAs, right?
Right.
They're just like known dudes that within their respectable areas that they've been, blessed with talent and skill to this level and stuff. So it's kind of like you in your off time and stuff, you're kind of unwinding. It's not like you're Jay-Z. You're just, I want to say, a decent rapper.
Right.
Right? So you're just unwinding. So for a decent rapper to say like, hey, before I go pop a ball with you, sign an NDA, I find that's kind of rare compared to like an NHL player where they have possibly like, I want to say meetings or talk to sessions about like groupie life.
Yeah.
I would hope. I don't think the juniors and stuff would like have kind of things about groupie life. It's more about you need to make it first.
I was watching one news coverage that happened after the whole acquittal thing, right? And they had this this lady on. I can't remember exactly her name, but she was a victim in her past, and I think the person who she didn't even mention it at all. She just kind of let it just go to the wayside because she felt like coming forward wouldn't do anything for her or so forth. But later on, she had told her story, and then she became, I want to say, not necessarily an advocate, but she became someone that started working with the NHL and working with minors to kind of say, hey, these are potential things that may happen, and how to conduct yourself in like certain situations, and how to try to avoid certain situations. So she's actually a part of I guess the discussion and help coaching these kids in these sort of situations.
But she NHL level?
No, this is like the junior hockey level.
Okay.
But a lot of those guys because she said that the person who did it to her, she ended up going to the NHL, right? So it's like she's more on the advocacy side and training because she doesn't want anybody else to be victimized like how she was. So I don't know if it's something like she took it upon herself to start doing, or if she was part of like some sort of group that said, hey, let's suggest these sort of things. but she works with the minor leagues, and she works with people within the NHL, within the organizations. And then part of the discussion that was happening after was that the NHL does have something in place similar.
I would figure.
Yeah.
I would figure anything and stuff, whatever, like on the pro level and stuff to that level.
Yeah.
Would have, I want to say, groupie seminar kind of conversations about what to do if,
Right.
like, you know, these situations take place.
Right.
Because I feel like it's for the best interest of the team.
Yes.
Right? Because they would say, John Doe of the New York Rangers, right?
Yeah.
So it's automatic. New York Rangers is going to come up. So it would be in the best interest to have something.
Yeah, because it doesn't necessarily, it could just be that one person, but from the people on the outside may be looking at it as a culture thing, right? So, and if it's John Doe from the Rangers, well, who else on the Rangers might behave like that, right? So you're right. There's like, in order to prevent something like that from happening, you kind of want to protect yourself and protect the interests of the club. But you raise a good point. Like, what happens now from a person who may really feel that they were victimized?
Anime, Death Note.
Yeah.
Basically the like quick premise and stuff of the whole thing. You write a person's name in this book. If you have their first name, last name, and their face in your head,
right,
you can kill them with this book.
Right.
There was a lot of people and stuff who got slighted by the law, so they kind of passed on the name to this person to write the names and stuff and kill this person. So it's kind of like the justice system saw you go free.
Yeah.
Your name is blank, blank. This is your photo. And it had a website, and he would just go on the website just like, all right, fuck it, before he would look for criminals to go kill.
Yeah.
But then now he's like, let's log on the website now. Photo, first, last name. 40 seconds later, they die of a heart attack.
Wow.
So I look at stuff as where a lot of vigilante justice will come up because they didn't get the justice that they thought they deserved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because they're looking at stuff as like, I can imagine like you saw somebody break into your house, whatever, not even on a sexual allegation thing.
Right.
A sexual assault, but I look at it stuff as like, you saw somebody break into your house, you got damn footage and everything and stuff like that, whatever, but they're like, wasn't the person and stuff like that, whatever, but the person gave you a smirk and stuff when you saw them go off at her, like, and then now, not guilty. And you're like, take care.
Yeah.
You'd be like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Double jeopardy, you know, hello. So I look at it stuff as now, you cannot get charged. Or this person cannot get charged again. Stuff, whatever.
Right.
What are you going to do? You know you've been slighted by this person directly. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Vigilante justice comes up and stuff when some people feel like they don't get their justice and their just desserts.
And you know, and that's me thinking about it, you know, if it was to happen to my daughter or even just a loved one in my family, it may not go to the courts, knowing that that person may possibly get off and my justice may not be served.
So it would just be more, I guess, putting her face and name to like the public for like more ridicule because you feel like they won't be convicted.
Right. Oh. Just like I said, maybe taking the situation in my own hands because I had no faith I may not have faith in the law.
In the words of Ja Rule, and I feel that, Lord, where the love at? Because a lot of more niggas got more faith than they got. So, I mean, vigilante, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The vigilante is real. Okay, so what about if it was your son? What if your son was one of these players?
If my son was one of these players and, you know, he came to me with all honesty and again, I'm not going to try and say that he's going to be 100% truthful to me because if he's capable of doing something like that, he may not be 100% truthful. But I'm going to have to go on my own experience with my son, and if he says he didn't do it, I'm going to have the faith in that he didn't do it and do whatever I possibly can to fight for him, get the proper lawyers to fight for him. Now, if he comes to And, I look at him and I'm like, man, I have a feeling like he did it. Then it's up to it's going to be up to the law to find him guilty. And if the law doesn't seem to find him guilty, there's gonna be some sort of justice. There's gonna be some sort of justice.
Because okay, like let's say in the instance of whatever, your son is innocent, right?
Yeah,
your son in innocent stuff, like in whole totality and stuff of it. You feel like your son's innocent. Your son told you he's innocent and stuff like that. Whatever, everything was consensual. She took off her top and stuff and got loose with it and all the above and everything like that. Whatever.
Yeah,
and in the process now, his everyday life cannot go forward.
Right.
Until this court case has been put to bed.
Right.
For like I said, from the time that this is spanning on to like July, the end of July 2025.
Yeah.
These 5 players, their life, I'm not saying and the victim stuff, life is not on hold, but I look at stuff as where these guys could not have a possibility of going to the NHL.
Right.
Now this time probably frees up and stuff for them, but their bodies might be older, might not be conditioned and stuff for them. Like I look at it as even when they came to Colin Kaepernick doing a knee thing.
Yeah.
For him not being in the league for that long, to then taking a hiatus from the whole the kneeling and taking a knee.
Yeah.
To like saying you're finally gonna go back. I don't know if the capability of the athletic sports body is still the same.
Well, and not even well, looking past that, right? You're saying within that 5 years frame, every year there's a new crop, right? So who's to say that even after year 1, when their consideration was on you, that somebody else hasn't just come up and just taken that place?
And that's what I'm saying. Like your son's life has now been halted.
Yeah.
And everything. That he couldn't get a chance to go to the NHL and everything like that, whatever. Who's to say like a day-to-day job might be able to suffice? Because they probably have to put him in like some back room somewhere.
Right.
Because if you get anything kind of front page, like, hey,
yeah,
you're that rapist.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like, this world's now halted to this, like, okay, boom, not guilty. Now you got to pick up all these missing pieces. I'm going to sue her. I would launch a civil suit.
Yeah.
I would launch a civil suit on defamation because the amount of millions, let's say, he was set to make, possibly.
Yeah.
If he furthered on and stuff with her, because they were junior champions, okay? Not junior rookies, champions. I need my back pay.
Yeah.
For the money that I couldn't get the pop bottles and stuff, whatever, you halted my life, I'll take you. That's what I'm saying. Like, either way, it doesn't work well for nobody.
No. And you're right, because even winning your case doesn't say anything for you. Because you're gonna still have people who are still gonna think that you were guilty.
Oh, most
and you're gonna still have teams that probably don't want the light on them.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. Your only recourse at this point may be to sue her.
Sue. You gotta sue. That's why you gotta stand on your shit. Be prepared and stuff for her to stand on your shit, whatever, right? Because I look at it stuff. If you're not prepared to stand on it in court, we making a lot of noise. I always bring it back to Bill Cosby with the whole New Yorker magazine.
Yeah.
40 accusers. 40 accusers. And out of those people on the cover of the 40, 0 of them brought him to court.
Yeah.
Anybody can make an accusation. Stand on your shit in court.
Yeah.
If you know in your heart of hearts that this person did that to you, hold the magnifier up and say, this person is the monster I want you guys to be aware of. If I didn't get to put him away, hopefully he does better to not do this shit again. But if he backslides, he is who he is.
Right.
I've already put the scope on this guy.
Yeah, the radar's on him. The radar's on him.
That.
So you think now that they've been acquitted, well, hopefully that's, some of them who've had their life put in a hold can kind of now move forward from this, but it's always going to be the stigmatism, always.
So what are you saying? What are you asking?
Do you think some of them will be able to move forward? Because some of them were NHL bound.
All of them.
All of them were
NHL bound. All of them NHL bound and stuff, whatever. And then, like I said, like, to know for a fact that this is kind of halted again, like I said, like, all right, we've been charged and stuff like that, whatever. Hopefully we can beat this up within a year.
Right.
To go on for another extended period and stuff like that. And again, the cream of the crops keep coming out.
Yeah.
Going to the NHL. And then, fuck, it would hurt me if I know for a fact the stuff, whatever, like, they hired, like, you know, I'm like, oh, let's say, like, the Rangers. The Rangers had me as a possible prospect that, ooh, you got this charge going on, like, And then they pick up their quote unquote new cream of the crops and their garbage rookies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, could have been me.
Yeah.
I would have been upset.
Yeah.
I'd have been upset. And I don't blame New York for not fucking with anybody and stuff, whatever. Because they have a business to run.
Of course.
So I look at stuff as like, yo, this circumstance has now been an inflection moment where you cannot go back from. Right? And this is where I'm looking at stuff is where a lot of people have to take a look at this accountability aspect thing on a deeper level.
Right.
I was having this conversation stuff somebody earlier in the week and stuff about, like, I think we're trying kids and stuff for gun charges, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You're a 12-year-old that murdered somebody and stuff like that, whatever. They're like, oh, they should be freed when they're like 21 or something like that, whatever. I'm like, no, because a lot of these, they're not that same person. They've now lived this kind of incarcerated kind of world and everything like that, whatever. But I'm like, you can't shake off the fact that, like, this event still took place. We need to fulfill the charge. So let's say we'll give them a 25.
Okay.
You killed somebody and stuff, whatever, at 10, 11 years old. We give you 25. After that, this is when you pick up your life. But I don't think consecutive life sentences on somebody who's like 11 years old,
right?
Unless, like, you show me he's doing some helter-skelter shit.
Yeah.
Then I could be like, lock him the fuck up.
You know when you brought that up, it reminded me of the case that just happened not too long ago with and I think it was the 5 teenage girls who so I don't know if you recall, this happened like a few years back, where this Chinese man was downtown and he got
Toronto?
jumped. Yeah. And he got jumped by 5 teenage girls and ended up dying from the result.
Oh, they fist fought, beat him?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And he ended up dying of the result of it. So it just wrapped up not too long ago. But they were given probationary sentences. So people are like,
how long ago was this? Like, when the incident took place?
This was, I'm thinking maybe
pre-pandemic?
Post.
Okay.
Post-pandemic.
Never heard.
And so a lot of people were like, yo, like, this is insane. Like, dude is dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all they got was like probationary time. Some of them have already served the time being in jail, being locked up. So now they get to go free. And people are like, well, where's the justice in all of this, right?
Get your Batman costume and stuff and get your vigilante justice.
That's what I'm saying. But going back to what you're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't give them double life sentences. But I do believe that they've got to serve something.
They have to serve. But that's the thing. I look at it stuff as where even a lot of these badass kids and stuff here, they look at stuff as like they commit whatever crime at 15, 16 years old. When they turn 18, is wiped away whatever. Fuck that. There's still some accountability aspect and stuff of it. But at least, like I said, like, have something to stuff at least loom over them for 10 years to realize the consequences of their actions that they take in and stuff, whatever. See, when you're not giving the consequences and stuff to them, what's the reasoning for them to do better?
Right.
A probationary period and stuff, whatever. Certain things halted and stuff. I look at stuff as like, if their personal lives were kind of like I said, this story is quiet to me.
Yeah.
Never heard this. So if it's more uprooted where we can like say like ridicule and shame and stuff like that, that can probably, like, I want to say decrease some of the like the time served.
Yeah.
But I look at stuff as like, if it's something where, like I said, I don't know, and I freaking eat news articles and stuff for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear of this and stuff, but I look at it like, no, you got to do the full 10. You got to do a full 10 and stuff for the off this, whatever, because, and if they're younger, and I'm assuming they're under 18.
Yes.
So if they're under 18 and stuff, they're like, no, when you become 30 years old, we'll reconsider some shit and stuff. Right now, you're going to have a felony charge.
Right.
You've taken a life and everything like that, whatever. We don't give a damn if he said something that pissed you off and all this type of stuff, whatever. This is when you call your witnesses in.
Right.
Because if you're at a restaurant and say this person's like, oh, you stupid ass, whatever the hell and stuff, whatever, be like, you hear this man talking to us?
Right.
So if we get up and we fuck him the fuck up, you can't bear witness to be like, no, those girls were minding their business. Oh, I'm giving you bird hands. My bad. Those girls are giving you,
I felt intimidated just
a little bit. I seen your head go back like, nigga, what did I do? You need to listen to these girls, smooth bird hands. But it's for real though. Like I look at it stuff as like more people that can cooperate with your story and stuff and know the fact you're holding your own.
Yeah.
The better. I saw a guy, it was on World Star like a year or two ago. Shout out to World Star. Like the guy, before he fucked up somebody, putting somebody in their jaw.
Right.
He went on live. He said, hey man, I'm on live. And the guy is just going off for the white dude. He's like, what are you gonna do about it, you fucking nigger? And blah, 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 blah. He's like, you heard these racial slurs.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Back up off me. He said, what are you gonna do about it? And then he caught back and knocked dude out and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
That was his get out of jail free pass. The fact that he went on live.
Yeah.
Other people witnessed it and Instagram still had the recording.
Right.
Yeah. You're minus that piece and stuff, whatever. He cracked the guy's jaw. He's getting a charge. All this type of stuff.
All of the above.
You want more things to corroborate into more of your story. This is the reason why it's really good to try and remain calm as possible, like we always say.
Yeah.
And to kind of process the situation to see what more you can do to better your chances and your odds.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
A lot of the kids and stuff, I don't feel they think as much as us, but that's what I'm saying. Like their issues and stuff is that I put it more in a parenting aspect, be like, you need to talk to your kids and let them know, like, yo, there's consequences to the shit you do.
Of course.
And you have to know for a fact that, like, just because you said sorry doesn't fix shit. Right? So I think when having conversations and stuff, but like, I'm assuming the parents for these girls and stuff, whatever, like, now you're in a situation and stuff where, like, all right, he's dead. He got off on probation and stuff, whatever. Did you learn the consequence to your action? Yeah. And then previously on Sharkeisha, she whooping somebody's ass and stuff again.
Right.
So I'm looking like, oh, did you learn? Nah, those don't hear, they feel.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that, whatever, right? And like I said, these things back to these young men and stuff, whatever, these things are embedded into their life. Same way for the victim and stuff, whatever.
Right.
She has to feel this stuff like, yeah, she might feel, I would probably, if I was her, I'd probably feel shafted.
Yeah.
Wrong choice of words. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I heard myself.
Wasn't meant like that.
No,
wasn't meant like that.
Wrong. You were wrong.
Right.
You were wrong.
Yeah.
Hilarious, but this time is a little more serious.
Yeah.
But now you have to now move, or she has to now live a life as if to say, like, you know what? Either you take vigilante justice within your hands, and I'm not saying her to do that, whatever.
Yeah.
Or you just got to find a way to get your piece back.
Yeah.
And it's easier said than done and stuff, whatever, but all the above. But I'm like, these guys are going to go live their everyday lives, not giving a fuck about you no more. So you got to do something to stuff that don't even involve even thinking about them.
Yeah.
Case closed. Let's get to the question of the week, man.
Question of the week.
Speaking of which, what does a life reboot mean to you? Even this young lady now, being through the situation she's been through.
They all have to
do a life reboot.
They all have to do a life reboot.
They all have to do a life reboot. What does life reboot mean to you?
It sucks because some of them, their life was gonna be great.
Gravy train. You were there on TV or on TSN, popping bottles and stuff, whatever, on your victories and stuff like that. NHL prospects and stuff in the making.
Yeah.
They probably, one of them probably even had a nice Tim Hortons Sid the Kid like dream and stuff, whatever as well too, right? And then now you have to do a life reboot. What does a life reboot mean to you?
To me, it's forgetting about whatever you may have done in the past. whatever, whatever actions may have brought you to your present day situation that you no longer want to do, or you feel like you feel like it's probably not you living up to your potential, but it's all you know. So you say to yourself, I'm gonna forget everything, and I'm at this point gonna start a brand new. I think that's what a life reboot means to me.
Fair. I would say it's pretty much the same thing for me. I think you're just picking up the pieces and stuff of saying like, I am whatever your name may be, blank, blank, blank.
Right.
And enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Yeah.
And then when you come to that moment and stuff and that feeling, it's more acting or doing than just saying.
Than saying.
You're actually just living it, whatever, right? Because it's kind of like this one thing, like one day I'm not going to let Smooth disrespect me. It's different from another day and be like, I had enough of you disrespecting me before. You've been disrespecting me for like 30 years and stuff, whatever. Today, I've hit my limit.
Right.
Those are two different types of scopes.
Right.
Right? And I feel like the life reboot, there's so many other things that have to go in to kind of push it to happen effectively, because everybody, like, let's say, for example, if you're a smoker, you smoke cigarettes, you Nicorettes, the patches, the gums, the bootleg puffers, there's all things
all type
here.
Of things, right?
But yet we still have people and stuff that are relapsing
and
going back to smoking.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at it stuff as where I don't know, for them, their life reboot is like, yo, my doctor said if I don't stop smoking and stuff, whatever, my lungs are gonna be gray like Mars track pants. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you want, or the person wants better. How do they make this happen? They have the gum, they have the patch, they have the little bootleg puffer here. How does the life reboot start and stuff?
I think it starts with a plan, and part of that plan is you figuring out a way to sort of replace whatever it is that you're trying to reboot from. So, for instance, let's say you're not happy with your specific job that you're in, right? Let's say you've been an accountant for years, right? And you say you're gonna change, right? So now you got to figure out what you want to change to. So let's say you want to be a life coach. Part of that change now, you can't just wake up and say you're going to be a life coach. You're probably going to have to do some type of training for it, right? You're probably going to have to, apart from doing some training, maybe even reflect on your own life and make positive changes to go ahead with you being able to reinforce the idea of
telling people what to do today.
Exactly.
If you had a shit life.
Exactly.
Fair, that's fair.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now part of this becomes part of your plan, and then you can put this into action. If you just sit around and thinking, all right, I'm gonna be a life coach in the next 3 weeks, what do you do in the meantime, right? You might just pick up a calculator and like, I remember when I used to use this. I remember when and then you're right back where you started, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, you're right back where you started. And, and now that I'm really thinking about it, it might be a good advice to have to confide in somebody and say, hey, this is what I want to do, right? And it may be a little bit difficult on my own.
Mm-hmm.
You willing to push me to get me there?
I've heard that. So I have a friend.
Yeah.
He just recently became a father.
Okay.
Right. And he was telling me that he became a father and he's put on a lot of some pounds because he said he stopped kind of like working out or doing the most stuff. It was kind of like he just wanted to tend to his pregnant wife.
Right.
And certain things and stuff kind of just came into play. And then now he's with this extra weight.
Okay.
So he said, I believe it was July, sometime in July, there was a marathon going on and stuff there. You know, summertime, they always have so many marathons.
Yeah.
And there's a marathon going on. And I had just called him and stuff for that, I think, just to check in on him and stuff on the May. And he said, you know what? He wants to push himself and do this marathon and get his groove and stuff to kind of do it and everything. Like, am I willing to do it? I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of responsibility for me.
Right.
I got a lot of shit in my world.
Yeah.
It doesn't really works well and stuff and everything. I wish you well.
Right.
But I look at stuff, I was like, why don't you turn to your wifey? Right? And he's like, no, she can be more focused stuff and turn to his daughter.
Right.
And everything like that, right? And I was like, this is where I feel like you really need to like tap into your tribe.
Yeah.
Right? Because I look at stuff as where, let's say you want to go from an accountant to not even a life coach, but to a baker.
Right.
Where like the incomes and stuff are drastically different.
Right.
Right? Unless you're that buddy guy, the cake boss, and you're some different type of beast and stuff, whatever. But if you're at this point where your income is possibly, say, $100K a year, to now you might do something for the love and to fulfill, for you to feel so fulfilled for like 50 to 60K a year.
Right.
You're telling your wife now, she's looking like, bitch, I need red bottoms to buy.
Yeah.
I don't know about this baker shit, whatever. Don't piss me off. Right?
Can you bake me red bottoms?
Yeah, you know, I bake you a red bottom cake. Let me try and be my first guinea pig. She might not be so for it.
Right.
And you would think like maybe your spouse and stuff, whatever, but I'm like, you would have to keep tapping into other people in your tribe.
Yeah.
So till you find that one person and stuff, be like, hey, this is what I want to do. Can you kind of be my little guide and stuff? Because that's a lot of responsibility you're putting on someone else.
That is a lot of responsibility you're putting on somebody else.
Because if I look at stuff, it's like, why you ain't go to your wife? Same thing when I went with my homeboy. I'm like,
right.
Why ain't go to your wife? I'm like, yeah, I don't know though. Because I was like, yo, since he had the baby, I've seen him probably like 3 times, right?
Right.
And I want to say like baby showers. So say February, daughter was born to now 3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
So yeah, we talk and I'll check in and stuff, and he might ding me and stuff like that, whatever. I'm looking like, that's a lot of responsibility to putting on the person that you don't see or interact with.
It is.
So
it is. I
think you gotta dig within. Like you have to.
I like the tribe, and maybe possibly if even not the tribe, then maybe somebody who's already in the field that you want to enter.
That's even better.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Because you're absolutely right. Because at least you're like, hey, I want to become a great baker.
Right.
I'm an accountant now and stuff, whatever. But what are the steps and stuff, whatever? They're like, all right, you know what? Sign up for Luigi's baking class and stuff, whatever. I know Luigi.
Yeah.
And he'll let me know how good you do and everything like that. And if, when you're done that, come see me again.
Right. Yeah.
So now, once you get past that Luigi stage and stuff, whatever, if you don't get past the Luigi stage, you can't go there with your tail between your legs.
Yeah.
You're wasting the person's time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're going there like, yo, I've passed Luigi's baking school of the great, you're like, all right, this person, without you really, or without giving them the direct title, they've kind of became that person. And stuff. Like, okay, now you did the Luigi thing. I can show you a few piping things.
You don't mind them shadowing you. You don't mind them shadowing you at that point. Right. Because they're not going to waste your time. They've proven them enough that they're serious enough.
So tribe, you're right. That's good. Tribe and people and stuff in that lane where you're trying to be.
Yeah.
What if you're trying to be I don't want to say that, but because people tend to throw shade. What if you were trying to be that musician and stuff, whatever, and you felt like, because I've heard people and stuff, whatever, too, like cover band people.
Yeah.
They were like, yo, I did this full time and stuff like that. It was paying the bills. But I just felt like this music thing was always in me. And I felt like I can make great music, but it's just responsibilities and life and everything like that, whatever. A lot of the stuff like in the music thing, according to what you guys are saying, you were saying and other people were saying, a lot of gatekeeping.
There's a lot of gatekeeping.
So
and
like,
I think...
hold on.
Okay.
But it's like, if I'm this person now, right?
Yeah.
and you're the one with all the connects or with the moves and stuff, whatever, and everything like that. I just wanted to say, like, yo, could you just, point me in the right direction and stuff, let me know. And if you're a gatekeeper and stuff, whatever, you're like, yeah, I'll call you in a few days, or I'll call you in a week and stuff, whatever. Crickets, block, delete.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think certain career changes, you have to go in with the realization
This is for you.
that only a few people make it to here. And if it's something that you really love, you gotta be happy wherever you land.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
I think that's how you would have to approach that.
Well said. I like that. I honestly, really and truly do believe that and stuff, whatever. I couldn't say it any better than that. Because I would look at stuff as like, even if like my 9 to 5 and stuff is this type of thing, and I want to become a podcaster and I do research pertaining to podcasting and stuff, it'd be like, hey, there's one Rogan.
Yeah.
There's one Michelle Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like there's one Joe Budden. That's just what it is. But wherever you land after that,
as
long as you're happy.
As long as you're happy. As long as and you fulfill your reboot.
Facts.
You fulfill your reboot, because I'm assuming you doing the reboot because you weren't happy.
Bars. For real, facts. Absolutely. If you were happy, there's no need to reboot.
There's no need to reboot.
I remember this commercial, the Super Bowl commercial called careerbuilders.com. And they said that it's time to look for a new job when you pull up at work and you're crying at your steering wheel. No, you're screaming at your steering wheel. It's like,
right. Yeah.
It's time for a new job when you're at the bus stop and you're crying on your way to work.
Yeah.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then it came to the one guy living like the Black Hugh Hefner. He has like money bags everywhere, and he has like a glass of melted gold.
Yeah.
And he drinks the gold, and he has like a golden mustache. He's like, it's gold. You know you're not that guy. Why you need to go to Career Builders? Like, because if you're this guy, you don't need a Life Reboot. You don't need a new job.
That's a dope commercial.
Yo, I love that commercial.
That's a dope commercial.
You're absolutely right. Life fulfilled. Reboot done.
Yeah.
Well said. Let's keep it pushing. Ask the Sons. First Ask the Sons comes from Mediocre Scott. Mediocre Scott says, is the nightlife dying, or am I just old?
Scott, I was with you at this point.
I'm old, Scott.
And I have to say that, Scott, I'm old. I don't think the nightlife is dying at all. I just think that I'm old, man. And I used to think that, and you know what it is, Marv? I think it's just me being with people my age and also feeling like they've passed that era. Because now that I think about it, I remember the other day when we were at Auntie's house and your sister came through and she was asking us if our old asses knew any spots that her daughter, now turning the age of 19, can go to.
Yeah.
And then it just brought me back to the time when I was turning 19 and realizing, hey, I'm at the age of clubbing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because of that, I think I kind of went overboard with my clubbing. So I'm thinking of all the fresh 19-year-olds.
New to the world,
new to that experience. And then what really brought that to life for me is the time that I had went downtown to go support one of my friends' parties, and I got out. I was on King Street, and I got out to King Street, and there was just a sea of people, more than I expected.
And I'm used to that squad I would say not Queen. I'm used to that squad more of like Peter Street. Like John and Peter.
Yeah.
Was in that vicinity. That was a club district. That's what they called it.
Right.
Entertainment district.
Yeah. But I'm looking at, and the majority was, I would say maybe
no older than 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's still going. It just relocated, reallocated to other spots and stuff, whatever. But time has passed, right?
Time has passed. Obligations changed.
See, my old ass mediocre Scott, get you a day party in life, man.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at.
Fuck a nightlife.
Yeah,
you can sleep at night.
Yeah.
Go to a day party.
Get you a day party, Scott.
Look here. Get that drink in your system. It's about like 4 or 5 p.m. Get sloshed. Take a damn cab. Don't take a subway home. It's okay.
Yeah.
You're an adult now. Your curfew isn't till late. Bird hands. It's not till late.
You ever took a subway home from a daytime spot?
Yeah, damn right I did. I went to Beer Fest, got ruined. My life was over. I was in the train bucking like this and all the above.
Say word.
Still made it home before 10:30 p.m. Life was good.
Yeah.
Then hydrated. While I was home and stuff, whatever, I was guzzling water like a fish, pissed out most of the alcohol. Then eventually I went to bed.
Yeah.
Like around before midnight or after midnight or some shit like that, whatever. Zero hangover. You would have never thought I was drinking the whole
see, that's
day.
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I did that shit at the night. Drinking would probably stop. Last call's what, 2 a.m.?
2 a.m.
So now you're trying to throw back 2 drinks and shit like that at 1:50.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, whatever, the club's gonna shut down at 3. You're about to bounce now. And now you're looking at stuff as like, yo, you just want to hit a bed. You didn't have that long to rehydrate.
No.
So now you're gonna wake up, you're gonna have some birds chirping to piss you off because what do they call finch? The finches?
Yeah.
Fuckers love singing by my goddamn window for some odd reason, stuff, whatever. 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. So 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, you're getting chirp, 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 chirp. You have enough time to hydrate. You waking up with a massive hangover headache.
Right.
So day life. Fuck nightlife.
The day it is.
I'm not gonna shade and stuff, whatever, but I do feel like and stuff, whatever. The older you get, you just need to find your lane.
Yeah.
I think when you're young, you don't have a lane yet. So this is why you're willing to explore.
Right.
And go so many places.
Right.
It's kind of like, I believe the people from like Cheers would only go to like Cheers. Because they found that this is their spot.
Yeah.
And even when you watch that show, like even back in the day, not too many young people. I take that back because back then Woody Harrelson.
I was about to say Woody was the young bartender.
He was the young bartender, but Woody never looked young to me. White man can't jump was the last time I seen Woody look young to me.
Yeah.
After that, Woody's been just an OG to me. So, but I think once the young folks and stuff find their lane, I think or daytime parties and stuff where it would be the nightlife and stuff is you found your zone.
Right. Yeah.
You will find your zone and stuff, whatever, by then. So I'm old. Scott, I feel like you're younger. Keep on trucking till you find your spot.
Keep on trucking, Scott.
Keep on trucking, man.
Scott me like, what does keep on trucking mean? Yeah, no, Scott. We old. We old, Scott. We old.
If you don't know what that means, Scott, go to the nightclub.
You're still in the nightclub
range.
To the nightclub. You're still in the nightclub range,
Go
Scott.
to the nightclub. All right. Next question comes from Tariq. Cool. What would you no longer accept in your life?
That's a good one because there's quite a few things that I would no longer accept.
Facts.
Yeah.
Disrespect for me.
Disrespect for you?
Yeah, because I feel like I love to have fun. I love a good joke. I don't mind being the butt of the jokes at the expense of others and stuff like that, whatever. But then once I identify as something as disrespect and then I call it out.
Yeah.
And if you still choose to go past that mark and stuff like that, whatever, what we're not going to do is allow this.
Right.
So either I walk away and you're left there by your damn self.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to allow anybody to disrespect me. I think I came to a point where like living, let's say growing up past like parenthood stage, like from my parents, to look at stuff as like, okay, now I'm another adult and stuff in this world.
Yeah.
Just like them. Yes, they are the reason why I'm here, but I kept it to a decent level and stuff where I don't need to be breaking my neck to be seen as an adult.
Right.
But at least I know for a fact that being an adult and being certain things of like a level, I want to say rapport.
Yeah.
Kind of comes with it and stuff for there. And no kid should disrespect an adult.
No.
And adults shouldn't go around disrespecting each other.
Right.
So now if I'm an adult, just like you're an adult, whatever, why should I have to tolerate your disrespect?
Right.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
So disrespect is for me.
For me, I want to say people are not straightforward.
Yeah. Ulterior motive motherfuckers.
Yeah. I told my son this one time. I said, people who are real are always going to tell it to your face, whether good or bad. People who are fake are going to talk behind your back.
So they'll never say it nowhere near. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real. Fake fuck. Fake love. Fake love. Okay. Last question comes from Nickel for a Soul. If you could stay at one age for the rest of your life, what age would you pick and why?
You know, I'm going to say 40.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to say 40.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I've arrived and stuff, whatever, at level 40, but I fuck with it.
Yeah.
I fuck with it. Like I'm the air tastes different. The air tastes different. It's like your understanding of the world is so much better.
That's it. That's why I pick 40.
Yeah, because I think when you're young, you just kind of think that everything is gonna work your way.
Yeah.
And then at 40, you learn this ability to adapt and plan better and stuff, whatever. And then hold yourself accountable and be like, okay, I'm not at this place because I didn't do such and such. Now I know better, I'm going to do better and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
And I think at a specific younger age and stuff, like let's say even maybe at 30, you still might find one or two people to blame for your shortcomings instead of yourself.
Yeah.
I think at 40, you have no one to blame but your goddamn self.
Yeah.
So 40. 40, I want to say 40 with the dexterity of a 27-year-old. 40, no, I stay at 40. Yo, these bones, they crack different.
40 minus the aches and pains.
Hold on. You see? Bones crack on camera, baby. On cue. Crack on cue. Yo. If I had the dexterity of a 27-year-old, all of y'all be in trouble.
40-year-old mind, 27-year-old dexterity.
Oh, love it.
Yeah, freeze us right there. Freeze us right there.
With no bio-freeze to spray in the shoulders, because your shoulders locked up.
Yeah.
Well said, well said.
I'm with that one.
Okay. Why are you laughing at my crack on cue?
That's on cue. This nigga's at this.
Yo, I don't know. I just know what cracks now. I'm in the shower in the morning now. Before, like when I'm getting ready to go to hop in the shower for work.
Yeah.
The first thing I do like a little, like a down and out on my tippy toe. See, you heard that?
Right.
Same thing. I was like, fuck. Well, when I was young, I just jumped up like a young Thundercat.
Like a young Thundercat. Doing the dudes.
I'm out here during mid walks. I'm going for my mental walks.
Yeah.
I'm going for my walks. Stuff like the knee feel a little bit different. I'm on stopping on the sidewalk, stretching it out. Don't give a fuck anymore. Somebody's like, I did it in front of like a couple.
Yeah.
They're behind me. They're like, yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm like, that's not in the song. So I popped off my headphones and I looked and like, and I see them stretching it out. I was like, yeah.
We got to.
Whoa, now
we got to, man.
But the guy, he looked at me, he's like, how old are you? I was like, 40. He's like, oh my gosh, black don't crack for real. Like, I thought you were 20 something. I was like, if I had the dexterity of a 27-year-old,
yeah,
you wouldn't see me stop. But yeah, man. Hit him with Associated Sons this week and slide a little weekly motivation for you, a little words to the wise.
Let's get it.
Associated Sons this week says there is power within privacy. Don't overshare.
Associated Sons.
It's the same thing going back to the Malcolm Jamal Warner type of thing.
Right.
Not everybody really wants to see you win.
No.
So I look at it stuff is that you don't want to overshare to some peoples and stuff that might prey on your downfall.
Yeah.
Because it takes less energy to be a hater and it takes more work to be the conqueror.
Yeah. And at 40, you realize who those people are.
Oh, that's... I know.
At 40, you realize you get that realization of who those people are.
I know. It was a hell of a thing to know for a fact that, like, you know, I had a guy that we grew up together. We were childhood friends and stuff like for so damn long.
Yeah.
And it was so weird where he had the power or the ability to help me or us even be greater than what we are.
Yeah.
And like our final conversation, he kind of looked at stuff, was like, you need me to promote your podcast and stuff like that, whatever. I was like, no, but I know that you had the ability and the power, and you speaking about it just rang a bell.
Yeah, yeah.
But you don't want to see me win, and it's okay. So I'm not going to overshare anything and stuff, whatever, to a person or individual like that.
Right.
Now, because once I understand the stuff, whatever, if you don't want to see me win, I don't need to share too many things.
It's funny because I had a friend also.
Mm-hmm. Keyword had.
Also,
mm-hmm.
who at one point we were at another friend of mine's father passed, and we were at his funeral. And
oh yeah, you told me.
Yeah, we were amongst a group of friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we all follow each other on the gram. And this person who I thought was a friend from time started promoting the podcast to the people who already know what we was doing.
Yeah.
And so wait a sec. Let me backtrack and check some facts. And from the time I think we might have been 3 years in, and he had made one post, and it said nothing about the box. And this I consider this guy like a really, really close friend, right? And the reason why we stopped talking wasn't just because of that, but it's so funny because going back to our earlier conversation, this was a person that told me every year at 19 there's a fresh new crop.
Yep. Control your Kels.
Yeah. And so it's not far off to me why that person ended up the way he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's things and stuff I look at as we're just with people, right? Going back to even like the Life Reboot aspect and stuff, whatever. You're saying, you know, probably try to find somebody within that field or in that world you want to be.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're finding a new person, do you divulge everything from like what you did at age 3 to the person? And if your answer is no, don't need to overshare. Just know for a fact where you need to be and where you got to go.
Right.
Because the other people and stuff that you probably shared a lot to, some may have pointed you to that direction to this new individual.
Yeah.
And you can tell who wants to see you win, who doesn't.
Yeah.
And others that don't, whatever, they kind of shut their pie hole kind of quiet. So
that's facts.
Yeah, man. Like there's privacy, there's power within privacy. Don't overshare, man. So say the Sons.
So says the Sons.
We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all from rock with us. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above.
All
you
of
already
the
know how
above.
it goes. We'll be back and stuff next week, right? Again and stuff for this lovely pundit fun of the political.
And again, we love the questions, man. Keep them coming. And just like Marv said, we're due for an episode where we run through some questions.
We'll give you guys a few and stuff. Where we just like assault, you know, you guys were just bombarded with the questions because they're like, we like to hear what you guys think about these topics, not the ones you guys pick out to talk to us about.
Yeah.
So I'm looking like fair, and you know, he's unhinged. I'm a saint, and like the loose pussy thing. You guys are.
I was about to say the older fans know better than that. The day ones, you know who's really unhinged. The day ones know who's really unhinged.
Saint Marv.
Saint
Marv.
Saint Marv.
Mm-hmm. Clutch my pearls. Heaven's sakes, no. I don't drink on the devil's nectar. and perform bad things.
Not anymore.
Bitch ass.
Part.
I couldn't even keep it with a straight face. I tried to look into that light like, but like,
You
nope,
left out that part.
no more. We appreciate what y'all for rocking with us, man. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, all the above. Hit that subscribe button. And thanks once again for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits, y'all.
Has its limits.
Y'all be safe out there.
Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.